Welcome to this in-depth summary of Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki, one of the most famous books on financial education. This book challenges traditional beliefs about money, jobs, and wealth, showing why some people stay poor while others become rich. Kiyosaki shares lessons he learned from his two dads, his biological father, Poor Dad, a well-educated man who struggled financially, and his best friend's father, Rich Dad, a successful entrepreneur who taught him about wealth. In this video, we will break down the key principles that separate the rich from the poor and how you can apply these lessons in your life. Lesson 1. The rich don't work for money. They make money work for them. Introduction. Most people believe that working hard, getting a stable job, and earning a good salary is a path to financial success. But in Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki challenges this belief with his first and most powerful lesson. The rich don't work for money. They make money work for them. What does this really mean? Let's break it down. How the poor and middle class think about money. Poor Dad, who was highly educated and had a good government job, believed in the traditional system. Heavy check mark, study hard, get good grades. Heavy check mark, find a secure, high-paying job. Heavy check mark, work for a paycheck until retirement. Like most people, he thought financial security came from a steady salary. But despite earning well, he always struggled with money because of high expenses, loans, and taxes. On the other hand, Rich Dad had a completely different mindset. He believed that white heavy checkmark working for money keeps you trapped in the rat race, earning, spending, earning again. White heavy checkmark true financial freedom comes from building assets that generate income, even when you're not working. Why working for money keeps you poor. Kiyosaki explains that people who work for money become emotionally controlled by fear and desire. 1. Fear of not having money makes people work harder for paychecks. 2. Desire for a better life makes them spend more on things like bigger houses, cars, and entertainment. This cycle keeps them trapped in jobs they don't like, always dependent on a paycheck. Example of the rat race. Imagine a person gets a salary of $5,000. Instead of saving or investing, they upgrade their lifestyle, buying a bigger car, a new phone, or dining at expensive places. Next month, they need another paycheck to support this lifestyle. This cycle never ends. This is exactly why having a high salary does not mean financial freedom. How the rich make money work for them. Rich Dad taught Kiyosaki a different approach. Heavy check mark, don't work for money. Learn how money works. Heavy check mark, focus on acquiring assets instead of increasing income. Heavy check mark, make investments that create passive income, money that comes even when you're not working. Example of making money work for you. Imagine you save $10,000 and invest it in a rental property. Every month, the rent from the property brings in $500. Now, this money comes to you whether you work or not. If you keep investing, over time, these small passive incomes can replace your salary. This is how the rich become richer. They buy assets that keep making money for them. Shifting your mindset, employee versus investor. Kiyosaki explains that there are two ways to live. 1. Employee mindset, Poor Dad's way. Works for money. Earns a salary and spends it. Relies on job security. Never learns about money. 2. Investor mindset. Rich Dad's way. Learns how money works. Invests in assets like real estate, stocks, and businesses. Money works for them, even when they sleep. Becomes financially free. Actionable steps. How to make money work for you. 1. Improve financial education. Start reading books on money, investing, and business. 2. Stop thinking like an employee. Look for ways to earn money without working a 9-to-5 job. 3. Invest early. Even small investments in stocks, real estate, or side business can make a big difference over time. 4. Avoid liabilities. Instead of buying things that take money away, like luxury cars or expensive gadgets, focus on assets that grow your wealth. Curious question for you. Now that you understand why the rich don't work for money, there's something even more shocking. Most people think their house is their biggest asset, but Rich Dad says it's actually a liability. How is that possible? In the next lesson, we'll uncover the real difference between assets and liabilities, and why understanding this can change your financial future forever. Make sure to watch the next part to avoid one of the biggest financial mistakes people make. Lesson 2. The rich focus on building assets, not just earning a salary. Introduction. If you ask most people what their biggest financial goal is, they'll say, heavy check mark, I want a high-paying job. Heavy check mark, I want a bigger house and a nice car. Heavy check mark, I want to earn more money. But here's the truth. A high salary doesn't make you rich. Owning assets does. In Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki reveals that the real reason why the rich keep getting richer is that they don't focus on earning more money. Instead, they focus on buying assets that make money for them. Let's break down this lesson in detail and see how you can apply it in your life. What are assets and liabilities? Rich Dad taught Kiyosaki one simple rule. The rich buy assets, the poor and middle class buy liabilities, thinking they are assets. This is one of the most important lessons in financial education, but most people don't understand it. So let's clarify. White heavy check mark, what is an asset? An asset is something that puts money into your pocket. Examples: rental properties that give you monthly income, stocks and mutual funds that pay dividends, a business that generates profit, royalties from books, music, or patents. Crossmark, what is a liability? A liability is something that takes money out of your pocket. Examples: a house that you live in because you pay a mortgage, taxes, and maintenance. A car that loses value and requires fuel, insurance, and repairs. Credit card debt, personal loans, and unnecessary expenses. How the poor and middle class fall into the liability trap. Most people think that buying a big house, a fancy car, and expensive gadgets means they're getting richer. But in reality, these are liabilities that drain their money every month. Here's what happens. 1. They get a job and start earning money. 2. Instead of investing in assets, they buy things like cars, expensive houses, and branded items. 3. Their expenses increase, so they need a higher salary. 4. They keep working harder but remain stuck in a rat race, always earning and spending. Example: a person earns $5,000 per month. Instead of investing, they buy a car with a loan that costs $500 per month, a house with a mortgage of $1,500, and other lifestyle expenses. Now, they're trapped in a cycle where they need to keep working just to cover their costs. How the rich get richer. Rich Dad taught Kiyosaki a different approach. Heavy check mark, instead of spending on liabilities. The rich first buy assets. Heavy check mark, their assets generate passive income, money that comes without working. Heavy check mark, this passive income covers their expenses, so they don't depend on a paycheck. Example of how the rich use assets. Let's say a rich person earns $5,000 per month. Instead of spending it all, they invest $2,000 in rental properties, stocks, or businesses. These investments generate $1,000 per month in passive income. Over time, they keep reinvesting until their passive income is more than their monthly expenses. At this point, they achieve financial freedom. They no longer have to work for money because their assets are generating income for them. Why a house is not an asset, unless used wisely. One of the most controversial ideas in Rich Dad, Poor Dad is that your house is not an asset. Most people believe their house is their biggest investment, but Kiyosaki explains that a house doesn't put money in your pocket. It takes money out, mortgage, taxes, repairs. It only becomes an asset if it generates rental income. Example: imagine you buy a house for $300,000 and live in it. You pay $1,500 every month for mortgage, taxes, and maintenance. This house is a liability because it's taking money from you. Now, let's say you buy a house and rent out for $2,000 per month while your mortgage is $1,500. That extra $500 per month is passive income, making the house an asset. How to apply this lesson in real life. 1. Start investing in assets. Instead of spending on liabilities, put money into income-generating assets. 2. Track your cash flow. Identify where your money is going and stop spending on things that don't bring returns. 3. Create passive income sources. Look for ways to make money while you sleep, such as investing in stocks, starting a small business, or renting out a property. 4. Think like an investor, not just an employee. Focus on long-term wealth instead of short-term spending. Curious question for you. Now that you know the difference between assets and liabilities, here's something surprising. Rich Dad says taxes actually favor the rich and hurt the poor. But how do wealthy people legally pay fewer taxes than middle-class employees? In the next chapter, we'll reveal how the rich use smart financial strategies to reduce taxes and grow wealth faster. Make sure to watch the next part. You don't want to miss this eye-opening lesson. Lesson 3. Financial education is more important than a high income. Introduction. Most people believe that making more money is the key to financial success. But have you ever wondered why so many high-income earners, doctors, engineers, lawyers, still struggle with money? Robert Kiyosaki's Rich Dad, Poor Dad reveals a shocking truth. It's not about how much money you make. It's about how much you keep and how well you make it work for you. This lesson explains why financial education is more important than a high salary and how you can use this knowledge to build real wealth. Why earning more money won't make you rich. Many people think, if I just get a better job or a higher salary, I'll be financially secure. But Kiyosaki proves this is a myth. Here's why. 1. Higher salary equals higher expenses. When people start earning more, they also spend more on bigger houses, nicer cars, and luxury items. This is called lifestyle inflation. The more you earn, the more you spend. As a result, no matter how high their income, they still live paycheck to paycheck. 2. More money equals more taxes. As you earn more, you enter higher tax brackets, meaning a larger portion of your income goes to taxes. The rich, however, understand tax laws and use legal strategies to pay less tax. 3. No financial education equals no wealth growth. Without financial literacy, even a millionaire can go broke. Many celebrities and lottery winners lost everything because they didn't know how to manage money. Example of the poor financial mindset. Imagine two people. Person A earns $100,000 a year, but spends $90,000 on a luxury lifestyle. Person B earns $50,000, but saves and invests $20,000 every year. After 10 years, Person A is still working hard to maintain his lifestyle, while Person B has built assets that generate passive income. Moral of the story? It's not about how much you earn, but how well you manage, save, and invest your money. How the rich use financial education to build wealth. Rich Dad taught Kiyosaki that financial education is the real key to wealth. Here's what the rich understand that the poor don't. 1. How to manage money wisely. The rich track every dollar and avoid wasteful spending. They create budgets and spend below their means so they can invest more. 2. How to legally pay less taxes. Poor Dad always complained about taxes. Rich Dad used corporations, tax deductions, and smart investments to reduce taxes legally. For example, business owners could deduct travel, meals, and other expenses to lower taxable income. 3. How to make money work for them. The rich don't save money in banks because inflation reduces its value. Instead, they invest in stocks, real estate, and businesses to multiply their money. The cash flow quadrant. Employees versus investors. Kiyosaki introduces a concept called the cash flow quadrant, which explains how different people earn money. How to move to the rich side of the quadrant. Most people are in the E, employee, and S, self-employed, categories, where they work for money. The rich move to be business owner, and I, investor, categories, where money works for them. If you want to become financially free, you need to stop thinking like an employee and start thinking like an investor and business owner. Steps to improve your financial education. 1. Read books on finance and investing, like Rich Dad, Poor Dad, The Intelligent Investor and the Psychology of Money. 2. Understand cash flow and budgeting. Track your income and expenses to see where your money is going. 3. Learn about taxes and investments. Study how the rich legally pay less tax and grow wealth through assets. 4. Start small, but start now. Even small investments in stocks or real estate can grow over time. Curious question for you. Now that you understand the power of financial education, here's something even more surprising. Most people work hard their entire lives, but the rich use one simple concept to retire early: the power of passive income. What exactly is passive income, and how can you build it to escape the rat race? In the next lesson, we'll reveal how the rich create passive income streams that make the money while they sleep. Make sure to watch the next part. You don't want to miss this game-changing lesson. Lesson 4. The rich take risks and learn from failures. Introduction. Most people are afraid of taking risks, especially when it comes to money. They prefer job security over business, saving over investing, and comfort over challenges. But Robert Kiyosaki's Rich Dad, Poor Dad teaches an important lesson. The biggest risk is not taking any risk at all. Rich Dad explained to Kiyosaki that the rich aren't afraid of losing money. Instead, they see failures as opportunities to learn and grow. The poor and middle class, on the other hand, fear failure so much that they never take action. Let's explore how the rich think about risks, failure, and financial success. Why most people fear taking risks. Poor Dad, like many people, believed in playing it safe. Heavy check mark, work hard, get a stable job, and save money. Heavy check mark, avoid risks, investing is dangerous. Heavy check mark, if you fail, you lose everything. But this mindset keeps people stuck in a rat race, working hard for money but never building real wealth. Here's why. 1. Fear of failure stops growth. People avoid new opportunities because they're afraid of making mistakes. They prefer a safe salary instead of creating their own sources of income. 2. Lack of financial education creates fear. People fear investments because they don't understand how money works. Instead of learning, they avoid risks and miss out on wealth-building opportunities. 3. Society teaches us to avoid failure. In school, failing is bad. But in real life, failure is how we learn. The rich see every failure as a lesson. Each mistake teaches them how to do better next time. How the rich think about risks and failure. Rich Dad had a completely different approach to risk. Heavy checkmark. Taking risks is necessary for success. Heavy checkmark. Failure is a stepping stone to success. Heavy checkmark. The key is learning from mistakes and improving. Example. How the rich use risks to win. Imagine 2 people. Person A saves all his money in a bank account, earning little to no interest. He believes it's safe, but over time, inflation reduces the value of his savings. Person B invests his money in real estate and stocks. At first, he makes mistakes and loses some money, but he learns from them. Over time, his investments grow and he becomes wealthy. The difference? Person A avoided risks and stayed poor. Person B took risks, learned from failures, and built wealth. The rich fail fast, learn fast, and win. One of the biggest lessons in Rich Dad, Poor Dad is, winners are not afraid of losing, but losers are. The rich know that. Mistakes are part of the journey. Every failure brings new knowledge. Success comes from trying, failing, and improving. How to handle risks like the rich. 1. Take calculated risks. Don't gamble. Instead, study investments and make smart decisions. 2. Fail small, learn fast. Start with small investments or business ideas and learn from mistakes before going big. 3. Keep educating yourself. The more you learn, the more confident you become in taking smart risks. How you can start taking smart risks today. 1. Invest in yourself first. Read financial books, take courses, and develop new skills. 2. Start small. Instead of avoiding investments, begin with a small amount in stocks, real estate, or business. 3. Embrace mistakes. If you fail, don't quit. Learn from it and improve. 4. Surround yourself with risk takers. Be around successful people who take risks and learn from them. Curious question for you. Now that you understand the power of taking risks, here's something even more surprising. Most people believe debt is bad, but the rich use good debt to build massive wealth. How do they do it? How can you use debt to your advantage instead of falling into financial traps? In the next lesson, we'll uncover the secret of good debt versus bad debt and how you can use it to create financial freedom. Make sure to watch the next part. You don't want to miss this powerful lesson. Lesson 5. The rich use good debt to build wealth, while the poor fear debt. Introduction. Most people believe that all debt is bad. We've been taught to avoid loans and credit because debt can lead to financial disaster. But Robert Kiyosaki challenges this belief in Rich Dad, Poor Dad. He explains, there is good debt and bad debt. The rich use good debt to get richer, while the poor get trapped in bad debt. This lesson will completely change the way you think about debt and how you can use it to your advantage. Why most people fear debt. Poor Dad believed that all debt is dangerous and should be avoided. He taught Kiyosaki, heavy check mark, pay off all loans as fast as possible. Heavy check mark, credit cards and loans will destroy your financial future. Heavy check mark, if you don't have the cash, don't buy it. While this sounds like good advice, it's actually only half the truth. Yes, bad debt can destroy finances, but good debt can create wealth. The key is knowing the difference. Good debt versus bad debt. Cross-mark bad debt takes money out of your pocket. Bad debt is any loan that does not generate income and instead creates expenses. Examples: credit card debt for shopping, vacations, and unnecessary expenses. Car loans. A car loses value over time and costs money in fuel, maintenance, and insurance. Personal loans to buy things that don't generate income. White heavy checkmark good debt puts money into your pocket. Good debt is borrowed money used to buy assets that generate income. Examples: real estate loans to buy rental properties that bring in monthly income. Business loans to invest in profitable businesses. Student loans, only if used wisely, to gain skills that increase earning potential. How the rich use good debt to become wealthy. Rich Dad taught Kiyosaki that debt is not the enemy. Lack of financial education is. Example: buying a house. The poor versus the rich approach. Poor mindset buys a house with a mortgage, thinking it's an asset. But this house takes money every month, mortgage, taxes, maintenance. It's actually a liability. Rich mindset buys a rental property with a loan. The tenants pay rent, which covers a mortgage. Over time, the house increases in value, making a profit. This is an income-generating asset. Example: how good debt creates passive income. Imagine you borrow $200,000 to buy an apartment. Your monthly mortgage payment is $1,200, but you rent it out for $1,800. Mortgage equals $1,200. Rental income equals $1,800. Profit equals $600 per month, passive income. Now, the tenant is paying off your loan, and you're building wealth without using your own money. The middle-class debt trap. Most middle-class people don't use debt for assets. Instead, they cross-mark take loans for big houses, cars, and luxury items. Cross-mark use credit cards for shopping and vacations. Cross-mark get stuck in monthly payments that drain their income. Because of this, they must keep working just to pay off their debts, keeping them stuck in a rat race. How you can use good debt to your advantage. 1. Stop borrowing for liabilities. Don't take loans for cars, expensive phones, or luxury items. 2. Use debt for income-generating assets. If you take a loan, make sure it creates passive income. 3. Educate yourself about money. Learn how the rich use debt wisely to build wealth. 4. Invest in rental properties or businesses. Use leverage, other people's money, to grow your wealth. Curious question for you. Now that you understand how the rich use debt to build wealth, here's something even more surprising. The rich don't work for money, yet they keep getting richer. How do they do it? In the next lesson, we'll uncover how the rich create multiple streams of passive income that make money while they sleep. Make sure to watch the next part. You don't want to miss this powerful strategy. Lesson 6. The rich don't work for money. They make money work for them. Introduction. Most people believe the only way to make money is by working harder and earning a bigger salary. But have you ever noticed that some people work 12-hour shifts and still struggle, while others work less and keep getting richer? Robert Kiyosaki reveals a powerful secret in Rich Dad, Poor Dad. The poor and middle class work for money. The rich make money work for them. This lesson explains why trading time for money is a losing strategy and how you can start making money work for you. The problem with working for money. Poor Dad, like most people, believed heavy check mark, get a good job with a high salary. Heavy check mark, work hard and save money. Heavy check mark, the more you earn, the richer you'll be. But there's a big flaw in this mindset. 1. Your time is limited. If you work a job, you're trading hours for dollars. No matter how much you earn, you can't work 24/7. If you stop working, your income stops too. 2. Inflation makes salaries worthless over time. Prices of goods and services keep rising every year. Even if your salary increases, inflation eats away at your purchasing power. Saving money in a bank? Inflation reduces its value over time. 3. Taxes take a big chunk of your salary. Employees pay the highest taxes compared to business owners and investors. The more you earn, the more you get taxed, leaving you with less money. How the rich make money work for them. Rich Dad taught Kiyosaki. Heavy check mark. Don't work for money. Build assets that make money for you. Heavy check mark. Let your money work 24/7, even while you sleep. Heavy check mark. Focus on creating passive income, not just active income. What is passive income? Passive income is money that keeps coming without needing your daily effort. Examples. White heavy checkmark real estate rentals. You earn rent every month. White heavy checkmark stock market dividends. Companies pay you money for investing. White heavy checkmark businesses. You own a company and it runs without your daily involvement. White heavy checkmark royalties. You write a book or create a product and keep earning from it. Instead of working for money, the rich build income-generating assets that work for them. The cash flow quadrant. Employee versus investor mindset. Kiyosaki explains that people earn money in 4 different ways. How to move to the rich side of the quadrant. Crossmark, most people stay stuck in E, employee, and S, self-employed, categories. Trading time for money. White heavy checkmark, the rich shift to be business owner, and I, investor, categories, where money works for them. If you want financial freedom, you need to stop relying only on a paycheck and start building passive income. How you can start making money work for you. 1. Invest in income-generating assets. Start small with stocks, real estate, or a side business. 2. Use your salary wisely. Instead of buying liabilities, cars, gadgets, invest in assets. 3. Create multiple streams of passive income. Don't rely on just one job. Diversify your income sources. 4. Learn financial skills. Educate yourself on investing, business, and cash flow management. Curious question for you. Now that you understand the power of passive income, here's something even more surprising. The rich pay little to no taxes, while employees pay the most. How do they legally reduce their taxes and keep more of their money? In the next lesson, we'll uncover the tax secrets of the rich and how you can use them to build wealth faster. Make sure to watch the next part. You don't want to miss this game-changing strategy. Lesson 7. The rich understand taxes and use them to their advantage. Introduction. Most people work hard, earn money, and then pay a huge portion of it in taxes, without even questioning it. But have you ever wondered why the rich pay less tax compared to middle-class employees? Robert Kiyosaki explains in Rich Dad, Poor Dad. The poor and middle class work for money and pay taxes. The rich build businesses and investments to pay less tax legally. In this final lesson, we will uncover how the rich legally avoid taxes, why the poor pay the highest taxes, and how you can use this knowledge to build wealth. Why do the poor and middle class pay the most taxes? Poor Dad, like most people, believed. Heavy check mark. Pay your taxes honestly. It's your duty. Heavy check mark. The more you earn, the more taxes you should pay. Heavy check mark. The government will take care of you through Social Security and retirement plans. But here's the truth. 1. Employees pay the highest taxes. If you have a job, your income is taxed before you even receive your salary. The more you earn, the more taxes you pay. 2. The tax system rewards investors and business owners. Governments create tax laws to encourage economic growth. If you invest in real estate businesses or stocks, you can reduce or even eliminate taxes legally. 3. Most people don't learn about taxes. Schools teach us how to earn money, but not how to keep it. Without tax knowledge, people lose a huge portion of their income every year. How the rich pay less taxes legally. Rich Dad taught Kiyosaki that taxes are a tool, not a burden. The rich use tax laws to protect and grow their wealth. 1. They use business ownership to pay less tax. Employees earn money, get taxed, and then spend what's left. Business owners earn money, spend on expenses first, and then pay taxes on what remains. Example, tax benefits of a business. If an employee earns $100,000, they might pay 30% tax, leaving them with $70,000. But if a business owner earns $100,000, they can first deduct expenses like white heavy checkmark office rent, white heavy checkmark travel expenses, white heavy checkmark marketing, white heavy checkmark employee salaries. After deductions, they might only be taxed on $40,000, saving thousands in taxes. 2. They invest in real estate for tax breaks. Governments encourage real estate investment by offering tax benefits. The rich buy properties, collect rental income, and write off expenses to reduce taxable income. 3. They use debt strategically. The rich use good debt like mortgages to buy income-generating assets. Interest payments on loans are often tax-deductible, reducing taxable income. 4. They take advantage of capital gains tax. When you earn money from a job, you pay income tax, often 20 to 40%. When you earn money from investments, stocks, real estate, businesses, you pay capital gains tax, which is much lower. That's why the rich prefer investments over salaries. How you can reduce taxes and build wealth. 1. Start a side business. Even a small business can give you tax benefits. 2. Invest in real estate. Rental properties can reduce your taxable income. 3. Buy assets, not liabilities. Invest in things that generate income and come with tax benefits. 4. Educate yourself on tax strategies. Read books, take courses, or consult experts. Final thoughts. How to apply Rich Dad, Poor Dad lessons in real life. Now that we completed all 7 lessons you have learned, heavy checkmark financial education is more important than a high salary. Heavy checkmark. The rich build assets, while the poor buy liabilities. Heavy checkmark. Taking calculated risks is necessary for wealth. Heavy checkmark. Good debt can help you grow wealth, while bad debt keeps you poor. Heavy checkmark passive income is the key to financial freedom. Heavy checkmark. The rich use tax laws to their advantage. How can you use this knowledge in your life? 1. Take action. Start small, but start today. Open an investment account, read financial books, or start a side hustle. 2. Change your mindset. Stop thinking like an employee. Start thinking like an investor. 3. Surround yourself with financially smart people. Join communities, attend seminars, and learn from the wealthy. 4. Keep learning. The more you know about money, investing, and taxes, the more wealth you can build. Final curious question for you. Now that you know how the rich earn more, pay less tax, and build passive income, here's something even more powerful. Money alone doesn't make you rich. Your mindset does. So how do the rich develop a wealthy mindset while the poor stay trapped in financial struggles? In our next video, we'll uncover the secrets of the millionaire mindset and how you can develop it to achieve true financial freedom. Make sure to subscribe and stay tuned. You don't want to miss this life-changing lesson. Conclusion. If you found this summary valuable, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more book summaries on finance, self-development, and success. Now, I want to hear from you. Which lesson from Rich Dad, Poor Dad resonated with you the most? Let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.